Well, hello there, Gemini. It is time for your full moon reading. We have a full moon Friday, January 6th in the sign of Cancer, and we're going to look at what has built up for you this cycle so far. Hi, my name is Melissa, and I do zodiac tarot readings for the new moon and the full moon. So for the full moon, we're looking at the peak of the cycle. Back in the new moon reading, we were looking at, suggestions for intentions that would be good for you to set at this time. So now we're looking at if you planted some seeds back then, what has sprouted, what is coming forward, and then for the period after the full moon, what is a good thing to maybe release or start making room for something else with. You know what I mean? All right, so I'm using a spread that I created myself for these readings, and I'm thinking maybe I'll do a video explaining the spread at another time. But I have some other videos already filmed and on my list to do, so that might be a little while. All right, so we're looking at what built up to the full moon, and leading up to the next cycle. Very simple spread. This should be quick. All right, we have the Nine of Swords and the Magician. Okay, so you did plant some seeds. The Magician card is telling me that you did plant some seeds here. You did, you maybe even did some workings or some, spell-related stuff. But this Nine of Swords is like, either I'm getting pulled a couple different directions. Either the manifestations were about releasing this, were about getting rid of this. This is like anxious energy. This is nightmares. This is, being in your head, thoughts of despair and that sort of thing. So it may have been manifestations relating to getting rid of something like that. But it also could be a lesson in what you deal with mentally, and making sure that you're taking care of your mental state, and being on top of your mental health in general. So I feel like there could have been some intentions set relating to mental health or anxiety, things like that, and maybe either finding the lesson in that or finding a way to release that, So that's what we have for leading up to the full moon. Let's see our full moon card. We have the Four of Pentacles. This is our full moon. This is what's coming to the surface, what is peaking in this cycle for you. And I really feel like this is about being humbled in some way. So perhaps there were some financial issues that made you want to be more careful. This is kind of being careful with that material energy as well. But he's like holding up a necklace like this, right? You see that? It's almost like he's wanting to break these chains, almost like a trapped energy here. So I feel like, sorry, I'm just like a habitual knuckle cracker. I don't know if you could hear that. But it feels like this was about kind of like not being tied to your money. So this could have to do with this anxiety here too. I feel like maybe there's like maybe more worries around money or a career or your job, or possibility of maybe manifesting a new job. And so you're like trying to maybe break free of an old job that could have been causing all of this stress. So that's what I'm getting kind of for the full moon, energy around it is, what is it that you are protecting when it comes to your resources, your material resources, your job, your finances, your home, that sort of thing. What is that for you? So let's look at after the full moon, and then we'll do an overall here. All right, leading away from the full moon, we have the Tower and the Moon. So Aries also had 3 major arcana cards. So if you have Aries in your chart prominently, like if you don't know, then you might not, unless you just have no idea and you've never done your chart. But if you have a prominent Aries placement, I would look at that too, because there were a lot of major arcana cards in there as well. So which that tells me there's like a significant life lesson going on here. Right. So we have the Tower, which is about, a sudden change, something unexpected being taken down. So yeah, I can see where this energy came from. and why you would want to get rid of it. But be kind of almost, this gives an assurance that things are going to change, right? So this isn't a scary card. I feel like this is a reassuring that whatever this is that you were dealing with before is about to change in a big way, especially with all these major cards on here. It's about to change in a big way because it wasn't stable to begin with. And maybe that is the full moon, expressing that energy to you, right? So yeah. And then we have the moon, which is kind of, this could be something that maybe again, the moon was across from this one. This is dreams too. So your dreams, your intuition, your primal nature, I also get from the moon card, which I don't hear anybody else talking about. Because underneath, okay, so if you look at most, I don't think it'll focus on that clearly. If you look at most moon cards, you would see two dogs. But what I almost always see is one dog and one wolf. That primal part of you that is suppressed, that you suppress, that subconscious instinct that you possess, right? So I feel like there may be relating to intuition and dreams. Maybe this is something that you've dreamt about. This is something that you've seen before, or that you kind of expected to happen. But there were no hints, because again, this is sudden and unexpected. So, of course, things would be hidden from you. This is what's done under the cover of night. So this may have been something that was kind of stuck in your subconscious that you're moving away from. So I feel like just really there is like major just general release energy, releasing even expectations, right? So you don't need to know everything. This could be telling us that you don't need to know everything, that some things will just come in due time. And like you won't always get a message ahead of time. You're not always going to know what's coming. And I get that from the moon as well. So I feel like leading toward the next cycle, my throat is getting really scratchy. Leading to the next cycle, I just see like a lot of preparing to rebuild something. So I feel like you're letting go of something here, right? And I feel like there's big manifestation working here, but it's not a one cycle situation. This is something that is going to what I'm kind of visually getting is breaking down something, like a big manifestation. Just like for instance, like I want to say, like, it kind of reminds me of visiting with a college counselor, right? Where they go through all of your credits and all of the classes that you need to take. But each cycle is going to be like one of the classes. So each cycle you have to focus on one of those things, one aspect of the whole. So you have your degree up here, and then you have like bullet points that branch out below it, that are the like micro steps involved. So it's like taking step one, manifesting step one this cycle. Okay, now that that's manifested, this cycle is time to manifest step two in whatever the journey is that you're leading to. But I feel like this is big change for you. I feel like this is not something, it's not going, here's what I want to say. It's not going to go the way you expect it to. It's not going to go the way you necessarily want it to. That doesn't mean it will go a bad way. When somebody says you don't always get things the way you want them, it's more about not that you're going to get it a way you don't want. It's about like as long as you get a hamburger and it has all of the ingredients on it that you want, who cares what order they put them on? Does that make sense? Am I relating that okay to this? I try to use too many metaphors. I know this. But it's kind of that like expect the unexpected. So if you just go into a situation going, I don't know how this is going to work out, but I know it's going to work out. What is the new TikTok thing? Lucky girl syndrome. Everything's always working out for me. It's just kind of having that trust that you don't need to know how things are going to happen. It'll happen for you. With these two cards together, I'm really getting like trust in the bigger picture. Don't worry about the finer details. Just take it one step at a time. I feel like there's a turning point that you'll immediately recognize and be like, okay, go, 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 go. It's now. Now's the time. Let's do it now. And I feel like that's kind of the energy that that event will have. Like, you'll be like, oh, this is what they were talking about. This is the moment. So now this is where we can start putting the pieces of the puzzle together, finding out what step one is, and then going into the next cycle with step one. So that's what I have for your full moon reading. Always remember that the magic you seek is within you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Anyways, don't forget to do all that stuff if you're called to. I will see you in the next video. Have a blessed day.